Come on in, honey. The lantern's lit, the veil's a little thin, and the wind's been dying to carry a few secrets your way. Welcome to Raven's Ramblings, where the shadows walk beside us and the past never stays buried, and a good spell can speak louder than a sermon. I'm Raven Nightingale, part healer, part hellraiser, keeper of the old ways and ghost stories alike. So pull up a chair and listen close. You never know what might be whispering in the dark. Welcome back, everyone, to Raven's Ramblings. I'm your host, Raven. Hey. And today we're going to dive into something a little rare, a little mysterious, and dripping and oozing with witchy energy. We're going to talk about the black moon. Now, you've heard of the new moon, of course. We all have. We get one of those every single month. That's that moment when the moon completely hides her face and the night sky is at its darkest. So technically, it's the dark moon, and then it moves into the new moon, right? So every so often, the cosmos gives us a little bit something extra. We get a black moon. And on August 23rd this year, we're going to get just that. And trust me, this is a moment you really don't want to sleep through. Now, it is gonna be at, like, 1:30 in the morning or so you may sleep through it. But if you don't, it will be super powerful, you will not regret it. So, a black moon is not an eclipse. Let's be very clear on that right now. We're actually gonna have a lunar eclipse in September, but this is not what this is. This is just a black moon. It's the name we give to those rare times when the moon cycle kinda doubles up. So in this case, it's a seasonal black moon. It's the third new moon in a season that somehow works out just right to squeeze in four new moons. So it only happens about every 33 months, I think it is. So it's kind of special, it's kind of rare, and it does carry a punch because, as we all know, those rare events have a little extra oomph to them. So think of it as kind of a cosmic reset button, a moment of deep and hidden potential for power. All right. So, what can we as witches do with this powerful darkness? So much, y'all. So, the moon is all about hidden magic, transformation, and endings that kind of create beginnings. Okay. And a lot of endings do create beginnings no matter what, anyway, but this is a little extra special. So some of the things we can work with shadow work, which is super scary sometimes, but it's going to be all right. Grab your journal, go out under this black moon, write out your fears or your toxic patterns or any grudges that you've been carrying, and then burn them, bury them, toss them into some water, and let the void of that black moon kind of consume those things. And I think mine is right here. Oh, hey, look. Um, a lot of us, anyway, have gotten this shadow work journal. I'm sure we all saw those on TikTok and went, I should probably do that. We'll talk a little bit more about this on a later episode, but you got to be ready for that shit. Okay, yeah. We'll talk about that in another one, but yeah, shadow work. Grab your journal, just write your stuff out, basic stuff and kind of release those fears and those patterns and grudges and stuff. Now, another thing we can do with the black moon is baneful or binding workings. So, if you've been holding back on a binding spell or a banishing spell, this would be a great time to do it. Yeah, I know. So, the black moon has it. My brain just went. So the black moon's energy kind of cloaks your magic in secrecy. So it's a little bit of an extra layer of protection and it's a little bit of a power boost to kind of help with those things. So it's perfect for banishing or hexing or souring someone's influence, that kind of stuff. If you're into that kind of stuff, not everybody is, and that's totally cool. You do you, boo. All right. I've, yeah, I've already done some of mine. But anyway, now it's also really good for protective magic. All right. On the flip side of all of that baneful stuff, it is the moon is very fierce for protection. So go out in the dark moon or the black moon. It's not really the moonlight, but you know what I'm saying. Circle your circle, y'all. Apparently, I've not had enough coffee yet. Um, Circle yourself with some black salt. You could set up some mirror wards to where those mirrors are focusing away from you, so they are bouncing things away from your energy. You can also light a black candle to kind of pull in those things and then snuff out any threats. So, when I say pull in, any little threats out there that may be coming in your direction, it would kind of pull it in and snuff it out instead of letting it kind of linger on those edges. I personally have not done that. I just set my wards really good. That's that's my thing. So it's also good for divination and spirit work because anytime we have a lunar event, especially for me, the veil feels thinner, especially during like a new moon and stuff when the sky is super dark. So it kind of weakens that veil and lets us reach to that other side a little bit easier. So you could try some mirror scrying or blackwater gazings or pull tarot cards with questions like, what is hidden in my shadows? Now, be ready for those answers if you ask those questions because you know the spirit world is not going to pull any punches. So you ask, they're going to tell you. So be ready. It's also a good time for transformations and new beginnings. Okay? It is a very distinct end of things because black moons are kind of like planting seeds in very deep soil. You want to set those intentions. This is a very private and powerful time for witches. These are things you don't have to share with anyone. Let those intentions grow in your secret, in the dark, and then once they have fulfilled their purpose, reveal them when they're strong. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if that makes sense. It made sense in my head. It's for transformation for your inner self. It's kind of like the shadow work thing. That makes sense. That may not even make sense. Y'all can just fast forward through that if you want to. Mm. So let's go on to something else because my brain is all flibberty gibberty. Tools for the black moon. If you want to use supplies and tools and stuff, some herbs would be like mugwort, um, wormwood, sage, rue, black pepper, those kinds of things. Crystals, you know I love my crystals. Obsidian, jet, smoky quartz, hematite. Kind of see that pattern of the darker stones and stuff. Yeah. Some other little tools would be like black candles, of course, because it's the black moon. Mirrors, poppets, iron keys. I have a lot of keys, but I also follow Hecate. So, yeah. So all of these things resonate with the void, with the hidden, and the protective and the transformative. So any workings that you do during the black moon, you can use these things. I mean, you can use them anytime, but they may pack that extra punch that you're looking for something super important during the black moon. I think I have a little ritual here somewhere. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, here it is. So, just a simple little black moon ritual. Yeah, I don't know what my hair, y'all. Mm, don't even care. So, where was I? Oh, sitting in the dark with a black candle. Let's start with that. You're going to write down something that you're ready to release, like a fear, an anger, a toxic person, or tie to yourself, and you're going to wrap it with black thread and place it under that black candle. All right. Then you're going to light the black candle and say, "In darkness I release, in silence I transform." Okay. Then you're going to snuff out the candle, sealing your intent. It's going to be short, simple, and potent. Y'all, I don't know what my hair thing's doing. We're just going to roll with it. We're almost done, and I'll leave you alone. Some of my final thoughts on this. So, the black moon is not about shining light, it is about embracing that hidden darkness, the endings, the secrets, the quiet beginnings that nobody sees until they have blossomed into fruition. Fruition. Fruition? Yes. So, whether you're banishing or binding or protecting or planting those seeds of intention, lean into that void of the black moon. It is so powerful. So, this Saturday morning around 1:30 or so, I'd have to look again to be sure. Let that black moon remind you that sometimes the most powerful magic happens in the dark. This has been a short little ramble with me, Raven. Don't forget to go follow me on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and just search for Raven's Ramblings. Okay, leave me a review, comment, something like that. And as always, my dears, stay witchy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.